Alright, so here's the question I'm going to be talking about today. How does faith get me eternal life? Why is faith the thing that gets me eternal life? Why not something else, like love or self-sacrifice or any number of other things? And why is it that believers or people who have faith are the only ones who get to experience eternal life? Why not everyone? Couldn't God have made it so that everyone experiences eternal life regardless of their faith? And what does it mean to have faith? What's the connection between faith and eternal life? How does faith get me eternal life? First, let's define eternal life. Most people define eternal life as going to heaven, but that's not how Jesus defines eternal life. When Jesus defines eternal life, he says, I am the bread of life. He says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. He said, I am the resurrection and the life. So if you want eternal life, heaven isn't actually what you want. What you really want is Jesus, because Jesus is eternal life. Okay, now let's define faith. Most people define faith as intellectually agreeing with a claim. For example, if I have faith that we landed on the moon, that means I intellectually agree with that claim. But the Bible makes it seem like saving faith is more than just intellectual agreement. James says, you believe that God is one, you do well. Even the demons believe and shudder. Demons intellectually agree with the claim that Jesus exists. Jesus is God. Jesus died. Jesus resurrected. Yet demons don't inherit salvation because intellectual agreement isn't the kind of faith that saves. Saving faith looks more like dependence. So having faith in Jesus means depending on Jesus, because depending on Jesus unites me to Jesus. And when you think about it, that makes sense because dependence is a unifying mechanism. For example, if a student's final grade in the class depends on his exam score, then his final grade becomes linked or united to his exam score. The exam score sets the pace for the final grade. If the exam score is high, that pushes up the final grade. If the exam score is low, that pushes down the final grade. The grade mimics the exam score because it depends on the exam score. So as you can see, dependence is a unifying mechanism. So when I depend on Jesus, that dependence unites me to Jesus. When he moves one way, I mimic because I depend on him. He sets the pace. He's like the exam score, and I'm like the final grade. I'm linked to him. If he goes up, then I go up. If he goes down, then I go down. If he dies, then I die. And if he lives, then I live. If he's God's child, then I'm God's child, because I'm united to him. And when I'm united to him, I'm united to eternal life, because Jesus is eternal life.